All right, Rebels, welcome to the beginning of something different. This is Podcasters Business Insider, the daily show where creators stop playing small and start building like business owners. Here, we don't chase downloads for vanity. We build systems, strategies, and shows that actually pay the bills. If you've ever felt stuck recording into the void, wondering if your podcast will ever grow into more than just a hobby, this is where the guesswork ends because you're not just a podcaster. You're a founder, you're a strategist, a builder. And together, we're going to turn your mic into a media empire. So buckle up, Pod Rebels. Clarity beats chaos, strategy beats hustle, and momentum beats perfection. Let's get into it. Today, we're going to be cutting through the clutter with 5 tools that you can actually use, which you actually need before you launch, and 2 that you don't. But before we get into all that fun stuff and just analyzing tools and getting into the nitty and gritty of the tools, let's take up some really big news today coming out of Amazon and Wondery. If you ever wonder what Wondery is, Amazon bought Wondery back into 2021, $300 million deal. And Amazon just announced that they are cutting Wondery. Technically, they put it as they are restructuring Wondery. Wondery is, like I said, Amazon's recording studio for big time podcasters or big time celebrities like LeBron James and all those other big names. 110 jobs, including the CEO, have been slashed today. Why? What did we talk about yesterday? Hold on one second. Something's in my eye. The podcasting industry has moved on. It's maturing into a CEO creator space rather than an influencer space. Nobody cares what LeBron James has to think. Nobody cares what this big superstar and this rock star. No one cares. Okay, your lives are a little bit interesting, but I mean, you're so far out of the spectrum of reality, it's not even funny. And people are wise to this. Most people are. So, why this matters? Like I said before, this is a major podcast. This is suggesting that major podcasting networks are now pivoting away from the narrative audio towards more creative driven video first shows, such as live streams, mirroring trends where solo creators can gain leverage with lean tools, just like we're doing here at Podcasters Business Insider. We're going to give you the tools that you need to be bigger than LeBron James. My take on it, you already know. Don't follow these big studio playbooks. You don't have to have these $100 million studios. You don't need them. All you need to do is building your offer and your systems, not chasing high cost productions. High cost productions may come in the future, but however, right now you don't need it. We're seeing it right here, playing right before our eyes with Amazon and Wondery. If you don't believe me, this is like biggest news, number one news right now in the podcasting realm. And Amazon's a huge player in this world. It's second right now to Apple. Apple's the giant. iTunes is the giant. And we're going to see what's going to happen. I'm curious to see right now what's going to happen with iTunes, because a lot of these creators, a lot of these podcasts, they're moving away from just audio. They're moving towards video and audio. As you can tell, getting a little bit of inspiration in the back. Just background noise. Now, that was that when I saw that this afternoon, I was like, wow, you got to be kidding me. I mean, it's good news for us, and hopefully a little bit of a wake-up call for everybody else. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping it's not. And I'm hoping these big studios, they keep doing what they're doing and let us little guys get better and bigger. All right, article number 2. I'll post a link for both of these. I know I didn't do it yesterday. I have gotten caught up. I apologize. I got caught up with a workflow for the newsletter. I think I just finished it. I don't know. I haven't even tested it yet. I'll test it when I'm done this. Article number 2, AI ethics and podcaster safety. Both these articles came from Cloudflare. Excuse me, The Verge, The Verge.com. So if you want, like I said, I'll post both the links to both these articles. And Pod News also had the one with what Amazon and Wondery. It's that big. It's that big. It's massive news. But Cloudflare has exposed Perplexity stealth crawling content despite blocks. Why this matters? That was the headline for AI ethics and podcaster safety. We need to be careful, guys. Why this matters? Content creators' work is being scrapped without is being scraped without permission. Podcasts, transcripts, show notes, all can be harvested and repurposed by AI. AI to me has always been a double-edged sword. I use it extensively on everything that I do. Extensively. Like I said, like it's very hard for me to, because I know the dangers of AI and scraping content. Basically what it means, it will go through all your content. You can easily go through somebody's content and you just can say, find the key points here and copy the key points, and it will copy the key points and you can use those key points for yourself. Coming from a content creator's perspective, this is theft. You didn't get my permission to go ahead and use this content. It's plagiarism. Basically, it's plagiarism. And we all know plagiarism from high school. If you got caught plagiarizing, you got an F. We need to bring back Fs in school. We need to bring them back. What can we do? We can take control of our IP by publishing your own show notes, leveraging Cloudflare's new tools. This is a tool from Cloudflare, and making your show a brand, not just content. This is Cloudflare pushing their stuff. You can use other tools like Descript. We talked about that yesterday, or Otter.ai. I talked about that in the the video series that I'm putting out right now. You can put it there, and sorry, I need to. This is really distracting. There we go. Okay, that's really distracting. You can put it in Otter AI. I mean, even Chat GPT, but you're taking a risk by putting it in Chat GPT because everybody can get it. It's a little risky. I used to do it. It's the free way. You can put it in Croc. I don't know. Elon's stuff. I mean, it's pretty good. I haven't used it myself. I use ChatGPT heavily. I know I shouldn't, but I do. But what can you do? I mean, it's a time. Unless I can come up with another free solution at the moment, I'm not going to. I'm not going to really change too much about how I'm doing my business because I need my content out there and I need it yesterday. This is the issue. And those are the two major articles. The big one is Amazon dump. Amazon. I have a feeling Amazon's going to dump Wondery. I have a feeling. But let's move on. 5 main themes. The main theme of the day today, we're going to be talking about 5 tools that you need before you launch, and 2 that you don't. I get it. Podcasting is probably the most difficult and the most complex thing that you could ever do in your life. I did one of the most complicated things that you could possibly do. Create an email flow with conditions. If this person selects this, go down this way. If this person selects that, go down that way. It's hard. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not easy. But there are a lot of tools out there that do make it easy. So, here are the 5 things that you need in order to have a podcast, regardless of what you do or how you manage it. You have to have a podcasting host. So what's a podcasting host? Podcasting host hosts your RSS feed. Remember we talked about the RSS feed. I use Podbean. There's Captivate. There's Buzzsprout. There's Libsyn. There's hundreds of other different types of podcasting hosts that you can take your RSS feed, put it there, and it will distribute it to all the podcast listeners. Podcast listeners, I'm talking about not the actual listeners. Yeah, I'm talking about them because not all of them are going to be on Buzzsprout or Podbean or Libsyn or Captivate. They might be, but most of them are going to be on iTunes, Amazon's thing. I can't even remember what they do. Amazon Podcasts, I think that's what it's called. They have so many. Google Podcasts, when it was around, it used to use that. So it would take your RSS feed. You would register Spotify. Spotify is a Google list, is a listener tool where people go and listen to podcasts. And Podbean, Captivate, Buzzsprout, Libsyn, they distribute your RSS feed, your podcast, out to those listeners. So the other listeners can listen in onto your podcast. So recording this, number 2. So that's podcasting host. You have to have it no matter what. I highly recommend that you actually pay for it. You can do the free one, but if you're going to be doing live streaming, you can even do live streaming. I pay StreamYard in order to get my feed out to pretty much everywhere. StreamYard is very powerful. I pay for StreamYard. I pay for StreamYard and I pay for Podbean. And the reason why is because I get more tools for me to brand myself better. The logo that you see over here, with a free tool, you don't have that. You have StreamYard's duck there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like mallards, but I'd rather have that guy there rather than a mallard. That's just one thing for live streaming. If you're going to do like regular podcasting distribution, like interviews, my suggestion is pay, because you get more time that you can upload. Plus, if you pay a little bit extra, they have really good AI tools where they can transcribe your podcast. Some of them are really good. I really like Podbean. You don't have to go with Podbean. Buzzsprout is actually really good. I used to use them. Libsyn has been around since the dawn of podcasting. So, I mean, if you want like the OGs, go with Libsyn. Captivate, I've never really used them. There used to be one, but Spotify bought them out. I used to use it too. That was the first one that I actually used, but Spotify bought them out, and you can only distribute to Spotify, which is, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, everybody's on Spotify, so I mean, Spotify, Amazon, and iTunes. iTunes is the top right now, and I think that in the top, the next two is Amazon and Spotify. But anyways, moving on. Recording software, that's number two. You have to have some form of recording software, whether it be Riverside FM, Zoom, um, StreamYard. I'm only using StreamYard. I used to use Zoom. I tried Riverside. I talked about this last time. It was too complicated for the task that I needed. Don't get me wrong, it's really good. It's really good. It's a little pricey. Now, if you want a little bit of something more budget friendly and your episodes are not going to go more than half an hour, my suggestion is to do Zoom. Um, StreamYard, unless you want to pay, go with Zoom. My recommendation, if you want to pay, look at Riverside FM or look at StreamYard. They're both very, very good. I'm just used to StreamYard. That's all. And I like it. I like the layouts that they have, all all that and that. And you'll see later on when I start getting into a little bit more with banners and it's my interviews. It's it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So the next thing that you need is an editor. Remember what we talked about when we first kicked off. That should trigger you into saying, hey, maybe I shouldn't be just doing audio. Maybe I should be looking at video. And if you're camera shy, I guarantee you do like 12 episodes, you won't be camera shy anymore. You'll be able to talk with the Mandalorian playing in the background. You will be. You will be. It's just repetition, 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 repetition. That's all it is. So you need a good video editor. A very good and inexpensive video editor that I recommend is Hit Films. They're free product. I use it all the time. I have it actually. And I used it. I used it yesterday. I don't think I need to use it today. No, I don't need to use it today. But anytime I do any editing, video editing of these lessons that I do on YouTube or interviews that I'm going to be having my guests on, I use Hit Films. You can use stuff like Adobe Premiere if you don't mind paying. Super powerful tool. You're never going to use the entirety of it. Hit Films does the exact same job with the tools, with everything that you need for free. But there's more to it than just the video and audio editing, which is very important. It is very important. You need a text editor. That's where Descript or Otter AI come in, where you can take your I don't suggest taking the video because you can split the audio and the video and you just have just the audio. What you can do is you can upload the audio to Descript or Otter AI and it will transcribe it for you. And from there, you can take the transcription, you can paste it into like Grok or Chat GPT, or you just have to be careful. Understand that content it might be scraped. If you don't care about that stuff, then that's fine. I kind of do. I'm trying to find another editor where I can create blog posts, or not blog posts, but ideas, rough drafts, so I can edit. That's what I use them for. Rough draft for like blog posts, emails. Like I'm going to be emailing my list, the podcast episodes before I release it. Whoever subscribes to the Rebel Intel will be getting all of that in all of that before it gets released to the public, so they have access to it. And in November, we're going to be launching a Patreon a channel, which I'm trying to get to work on it. We just got the email list flow finalized, and all we have to do is test, which is which it's Patreon and Discord. That's how we're going to be communicating with all you guys. So I'm just trying to find a different tool where I can use so I can take the transcription, paste it in there, and come up with all the content. Because it's a lot of work, guys. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Doing the content creation of this takes a lot of time. You have to create emails. You have to create emails to your listeners, your subscribers, emails to your guests, emails to potential sponsors. Then you have to write blog posts. You have to write at least 2 blog posts. One has to go public and the other one has to go on your website. Those 2 blog posts have to reflect what you guys spoke about. Then you have to create social media content, descriptors for specifically YouTube and Rumble, hooks for YouTube, Rumble, social media, and emails. Then you have to go for the descriptions. I'm not even done yet for the descriptions. Oh, and Podbean for your podcasting host. So you have to have at least 4 different descriptions. Then you have to have another description and a hook for Podbean or your podcast host, because they take everything. They take all that metadata and they push it with your RSS feed. Do you see why something like Descript and Otter AI is crucial when it comes to creating this kind of content? ChatGPT is a savior in my eyes. To a point. So editor you have to have a video editor and a text editor. Super, super, super important. Next is graphics. Thumbnails are critical in the sphere of YouTube and Rumble too. Critical. Without a good thumbnail, your video will not be looked at. I haven't had that much success when it comes to YouTube. My thumbnails are not great. My descriptions are not great. I have a friend who was very successful on YouTube. And I've been talking to him, and we've been working together. And he basically told me, he goes, "Your thumbnails suck. You got to get better on your thumbnails." Let me fix my camera a little bit. There we go. Just a little bit of an angle. There we go. That's much better. So I've already had a paid version of Canva. So I'm utilizing it as much as I can. Canva is probably one of the most powerful tools that you can have to create um, episode art, audiograms, promotions, um, YouTube banners, logos, you name it. Canva's really, really good. I've had it for years. I have always used Canva, and I'm very happy with it. That is a subscription that I don't see me ever losing. I like it. I really like it. I really like it a lot. So, really good graphics editor, Canva. You can do Adobe Illustrator too, but it's bloody expensive, and it's overkill. The Adobe platform is overkill. It really is. It really is. And it's bloody expensive. It's bloody expensive because it's overkill. So the final thing, item number 5, is a project hub. Now, we talked about the project hub a little bit. Your project hub is the flow of your podcast in the back end. I'm talking about like Notion AI. Or is it Notion.com now? Did they change it? Did they get the let me take a look here. Oh, Notion.so. Trello. That's a project hub where you can take your episode, let's say, and you can move it along the proper flow of whatever it is. And you can create SOPs off of it, which are super important because it makes your life so much easier. I don't suggest creating an SOP off the bat because let's just say the first 6 months of your podcasting journey are going to be crazy and you're not going to know whether it's coming or going. So I think it's just best to survive the first 6 months and then slowly start paying attention to what your project planning is. How does my episode go from I found my guest to we finished the recording, and what happens after promoting the episode, and content creation and all that fun stuff. Sorry guys, my eyes are burning right now. I've been staring at a computer for the last 6.5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours. So I'm ready to pass out right now. I'm going to finish this live and I'm going to go finish watching my buddy there, Mando. But before we do, understand the project hub is a critical part of the back end business of your podcast. Without it, you're reaching at straws. You're going at it blind. So I like Trello. I like Trello because it integrates with Confluence and where you can create your wikis. It looks nice. Now I'm getting into Notion. If you ask me, Notion is better than Trello. Their free version is much more powerful and much more integrative. Their wikis are phenomenal. You can design it however you want. I'm really liking Notion. I just haven't spent enough time in it yet. I did before a couple months ago when I was creating the back end part of TechForge Media Group, Podcasters Insider, Control Alt Elite, Phalanx Shield, and Underdog Media, which are all subsidiary groups, subsidiary companies under TechForge Media, TechForge Media Group. So I spent a lot of time in there, and I got to go back. There's only so much I can do. So remember, let's recap the 5 things that you need to start your podcast. You need a podcasting host. You need a good recording software that does both audio and video, mostly video, because the audio, you can pull it from your editor. So your editor, you need a video editor, Hit Films, and a text editor like Descript or Otter AI. Next, you need graphics editor. Graphics editor such as Canva. Super powerful, relatively cheap. Relatively cheap. It's not that expensive. $127 for the year. That's relatively cheap, and it's super, super powerful. And a good project hub like Trello, like Notion. Try them both. Try them. See what works best for you. I will give you my favorites, what I'm using now and what I used before. I'll give it in my show notes. But so here are 2 things that you don't need. You don't need yet. An AI show notes tool. Remember what I said before. You can take your transcript from Descript or Otter AI and copy it into ChatGPT or Grok. And you can refine it that way to go towards your voice. There are tools out there that I actually subscribe to. I don't have them anymore. $100 a month. That's a lot of money for AI show notes. Nah, it was way too expensive. Way too expensive. And I had no use for it when I could do it for free with ChatGPT. So, I mean, it's good once you start making money and you start having all that extra income coming in. Yeah, I highly recommend using them, because remember what we talked about at the beginning of the show about the security part with Cloudflare? Remember that article? How your transcripts and show notes, they can all be scraped without your permission. So like stuff like Cloudflare, Cloudflare is pretty good. I haven't heard of them, but there was another one. I can't remember what it's called. Really nice lady who owns it. But it was just too expensive and unnecessary when I don't have, when with a fitness oracle, I had no money coming in. So it's like, why am I spending an extra $100 a month Americans, which is like close to $140 Canadian a month. No, a month I'm spending $120 a year, and I'm getting like super powerful tools through Calendly. Calendly, you need Calendly. Super important. So make 2. Super important. The other thing that you don't need, high-end gear. You don't need super expensive stuff. A Samsung Q2U or an ATR 2100 with a boom arm does the job. You don't even need the boom arm. The basic stand. Hold on a second. I'm going to flip this. Tiny little stand like that does the job just right. My camera, $50. You don't need you don't need a very expensive high-end camera. You don't need it. It's excessive for what you need. What I do recommend, this is coming from an IT guy. My recommendation is to make sure that you have a good video card and a PC that can support it, because you want the video rendering and the audio to match. You want your lips to match your words, because if they don't, you're going to be talking and there's going to be a lag, and then your lips are going to be moving. That's really freaking annoying. It annoys the crap out of me. I'm sure it's going to annoy the crap out of you too. So, and I have like a audio mixer, which is just collecting dust because this microphone is connected via USB. So remember, keep the budget low. You don't need expensive stuff, especially in the beginning. Especially in the beginning. In the 4-part video series that I'm releasing on YouTube, I go into what equipment you need. The stuff that you need. It's in there. It's in video number 2. It's already up. I have to. No, I already fixed it. I already fixed all the links. All right. So here are the 3 things that we're going to take away from today. If you want to go lean, if you want to get your feet wet in podcasting, always start off lean. And I said this in video number 2 of podcasting. Breakout? What did I call it? I don't even remember. My brain is mush today because of all this freaking stuff that I've done for driving me nuts. Podcast blueprint. For the podcast blueprint, 4-part video series. In video number 2, I go into why it's important for you to start lean. You don't know if you're going to be podcasting 6 months from now. You don't know if you're going to be podcasting a year from now. There's a good chance that you won't be podcasting 2 years from now. You're going to spend thousands of dollars on this high-end equipment for what? Now, if you're already in the podcasting world 5 years, 2 to 5 years, okay, slowly start to increase your equipment. This microphone I got for free. This is a $250 American microphone. This isn't a cheap microphone. If I didn't win this microphone, I would have still had my old microphone, which I gave to a friend of mine because he's starting his podcast. So start lean with your equipment. Start lean with your software. Use Podbean, use Canva, use Descript, use Notion, use ChatGPT. If there's a free version of it, use it. The rule of thumb when you start off in podcasting is you need to grow out of your equipment and your software, because I guarantee you will go bankrupt. When your bills go $1,000 a month, my bills are only $300 a month. I cut over $700 a month just to run a podcast, because I was running super. And I accidentally subscribed to some things that I shouldn't have. I could have saved an extra $30 a month. But I mean, for $30 at 300, it's like, yeah, whatever. Who cares? So remember, always start small. And then as you grow out of it, you're making a little bit more money. You can invest that money back into your business. Okay. So that's number 1. Always start lean. Number 2, if you want to do video interviews, use Riverside, my suggestion is get started with StreamYard. Super easy tool to use. Very easy tool to use. Very easy. And or use Zoom, which is pretty much free up until I think a certain amount of minutes. And then you need to track everything in one spot, not a million places, just one spot. We are using Notion here. You can use Trello, but I like Notion because the free version of Notion is probably the most powerful project hub I've ever seen so far for free. I mean, HubSpot is also another one, but I mean, that can get very expensive. Anyways, guys, if you want more of this detail and you want it on a continual basis and you miss the live streams, I get it. Time is of an essence. I will send you a link in this video. Well, it's going to be a hyperlink. You're going to have to copy the hyperlink and paste it. It'll send you to the intake form to subscribe to the newsletter. Sign up to the newsletter and you'll get a bi-weekly newsletter from us. Plus, we're going to give you tips. This is new. We're going to give you tips on whatever side that you want. You want to be a creator, you want to do podcasting, you want to be an IT pro, or you're just not sure yet. We'll give you tips and tricks on how to succeed in all of them, and how to pick, if you don't know what you want, how to pick one of the three. So hit that, copy that link, paste it into your URL and your URL, and hit enter and just subscribe for the newsletter. You will get the latest newsletter, which was our first newsletter that we sent out. And tomorrow, we'll give you a little sneak peek of tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about mindset. Probably, this is the most important part of podcasting, having the proper mindset. It's easy to get burnt out quickly. You will burn out quickly, but you need the proper mindset. If you have the proper mindset, you have the proper tools, you have the proper life behind you, podcasting is just icing on the cake. And I'm going to talk to you about how to improve that mindset of yours, and you'll outlast everybody who's starting with you. Because that's what I did. And you won't quit by episode 7, I guarantee you. You implement these mindset tools. Until then, guys, have an awesome day. I will see you tomorrow. Keep podcasting, my friends, and be awesome.